Here's how I do a quick water change on my 200-gallon Discus grow-out tank. Normally I would vacuum a lot of the stuff off the bottom, but I figured I would just take this one water change to show you guys my routine and let me know what you think. So first, we go behind my tank. Got a pretty, straightforward plumbing system. This is my inlet actually, and my outlet is all the way down here. And this outlet leads outside of the house. Let's see, it might be too dark to see it, but it's too dark to see it, but it goes out there. And what I gotta do is I gotta turn off the canister filter. I press 2, turns that off so I'm not sucking air. As you can see, I probably sucked up a little bit of air, but it should be good. And this is gonna drain pretty quickly. But while this is draining, I'm gonna go take care of some other business. Over here are my two 55-gallon drums. I'm going to use to change the water out of this 200 gallons. I'm only going to do about 50% today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the heaters. Oops. Turn off the heaters and let those cool down so I don't burn them out when I drain these guys. It should cool down pretty quickly, but you never know. As you can see, it's going down pretty quickly. Right here is my quarter mark. And down here is my halfway mark. So once it gets down to around here, I'm gonna close my valve. Inside the tank, see these little holes on the back? That's where the water is basically draining from, and it's going from back there all the way down, and out the house. It's pretty quick and easy for me. These drums are set to, I only put the water in this afternoon, but it's 84.8. This one's a little colder, but oh well. I keep the 200-gallon grow-out tank at about 88. That's where I like to keep it. I think they grow quickly at 88. So we're getting there. Almost done. Probably one more minute and we'll be, less than a minute we'll be there. This is my fish room. Let's see, I got a lot of water I'm changing here. Tanks. Alright, we're at the mark. So what I'm going to do is go down, shut this valve, stop the flow of water to the outside of the house. What we'll do here is open up this valve here, basically connected to the pumps, and make sure this one's closed so that doesn't drain out of the house. This one opens, and so does this one. Just got a lot of valves. I like to keep everything, regulated in here just in case any mishaps happen. So now that all my valves are in the appropriate positions, I'm going to turn on these two pumps. Now it's pretty loud, but basically in each one of these tanks I got waterfall pumps at the bottom. Here going in now. but you know, waterfall pumps at the bottom of each. And what they basically do is, as the water in these tanks drops, you know, from this top one, it's being pumped from the bottom, all the way up, in here, down this line, around the backs of the tanks, and into this line over here. It's going up, down, in this pipe, and then through into different holes in the back. But what's going to happen is the water level in these tanks is going to drop, and there's a float valve essentially inside, and once it reaches the bottom, it's going to turn off automatically, which is nice because I don't want to burn out pumps, so I hate to suck air. Here's my 50% mark and my quarter mark. You know, we've only been doing this for a minute now, and we're already, you know, getting up there pretty quickly. Eventually, I'm going to have these other two blue bins, blue drums, equal size, you know, as my other two, 55 gallons, hooked up, and hoping to do more than 50% water changes. So I can do 75%, but I end up using 25% of that water is unaged, which is, you know, not my favorite thing to do, to dump 55 gallons of unaged water into this tank, but sometimes you need to do it. Usually let my water age in these guys for a day, sometimes less if I'm in a crunch to change a lot of water. But, you know, I use my prime up here. That's where I put my prime in. And there's a little hole up top there where I put my prime in as well. Pigeon red crossed with pigeon snake skins in here. There's also some mutts, but you know, basically these guys are the parents. I can't isolate the specific ones, but you know, pretty good. There's one of them there. So what just happened is one of these pumps shut off, and now we're just draining out of, I think, the bottom one still. Yeah, the bottom one's the one that's running right now. That'll carry us the rest of the way. I'm also rigged up for filling up all of these tanks and draining them in the same manner as I just did the 200-gallon tank. That'll be for a later video. It's a pretty fun thing to do. Keeps things simple. That's filling up still. I'll show you in here. Turn the light. So in here I have the pump basically with the hose right here, which I can take out of this closet and turn on the pump and drain all the tanks by hand, and that pump is pretty powerful. I'll definitely do a video about that one day. And here is my water line connected to the hot water, cold water, connected to a filter. This line here goes basically through the wall down here all the way underneath there and comes up right here. I'll show you how I fill these guys up in a second. We're almost done. See that? I don't know if you can see it, but that's an overflow, and I'm trying to, you know, make sure it doesn't go higher than it should, but definitely has to reach at least those grates so I am not sucking air with my canister. But since it's that high, I'm gonna turn back my canister filter, turn it on again, love my little remote controls. That's enough. To stop it, I'm gonna close this valve. We didn't use all the water, but I'm gonna turn it off by pressing these buttons, closing these valves. What other ones I gotta close? Don't have to close this one since I closed that one, but might as well. And all these are shut. Just make sure we're a little high, just a little high. So what I'm gonna do is drain a little bit, and I'm gonna watch it go down just a little bit. That's where I want it. Close it. Yeah, that looks good. You probably can't see it. All right, next step. To fill these babies up, top and bottom. This is the line coming from my water pump. And then this one, and this one, open, which is gonna allow me to put water into them. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this one a little bit so I get some hot water in. This cold water line is a lot more powerful than the hot water line, so you gotta, you know, I mess with this valve a lot to regulate the amount of water flow from that cold water tank, so I kind of get a decently warm water, unless I get, you know, if this is full blast, you'll probably end up with 60-degree water. So what I'm gonna do is gonna turn on the hot one, turn on the cold one. It's all kicking on now. What's happening is water's coming up from this pipe, going through here, the bottom tank, from here, the top tank. I usually add prime right about now, but since I only got one hand, I'll do that later. Another fun thing that I got in these tanks, in these drums, is a float valve right around here. It's basically sitting like this right now. But when that water level rises, the float valve is going to rise as well. And it's going to go all the way up to here. It's going to cut off the circulation and stop the flow of water to the drums. So I don't even have to be here technically, but I do like to be here, at least in the, you know, in the room, so I'm not overflowing these drums. No, not overflowing them, but you know, I get a little worried with the water pressure in those float valves. So, but necessarily, you know, in essence, I don't have to be here for them to finish filling up, and the water pump will shut off, and you know, come back later and close these two valves and close the water pump. But because I'm here, I'll try to show you how long it takes for me to do this whole thing. My other fish tanks. These are my leopards, pride and joys. That's Stenkers, Lawrence Soon, that's Dexter Chung. Little guys are Tony Tans. Up here I got, can't see them that well, but I got Brilliant Turquoise female, Red Turquoise female, some other ones in here. There's one of my cool Tefes, Solid Blues. I think these guys are going to breed in that cone tonight. Maybe not tonight, but we'll see. This Solid Blue, dad with the babies. Pigeon tank. And I got my wilds down here. Some wild spotted greens. This is Santorini female, Santorini male. So my overflow babies. Camera did not want to zoom very well. These guys are gonna breed tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow. Those guys tomorrow, likely. These are sitting on about one wriggler right there. Maybe two wrigglers. It's a leopard pair. You can see that's a lot of fungus. That was their first spawning attempt, which is why that's so fungusy. I think these guys are almost done. The water's coming in at about 81.3. Can't complain about that. I think they're full. We're almost there because I'm hearing one just trickling water in, which means that the float valve's almost shut. The water's still going in. So what I can go ahead and do, since I know they're almost full, turn back on the heaters. I can hear that it's almost done. And it's done. The pump should shut off in a second, but close them. Close these. Turn off the light. And we're done. At least I think we're done. But, yeah, all looks good. Like I said, what I would normally do is add my prime, cap full to each, and then, yeah, that's the water change. Thanks for watching.